Hello there everyone and welcome to episode 18 of Mods for Monday. We are almost at the 20 episode mark, and once I reach that, I only need to make 80 more episodes and then we are at episode 100. On the last episode I mentioned about trying some other mods for other games and then obviously putting them on different days so it's separate from the Mods for Monday series, because I want to keep this series for Skyrim until I've got through all these mods that I've got. I just want to say thank you to everyone for all the suggestions. I am actually currently going through each one that has been recommended to me and trying to compile lists of mods that I potentially could show. So I'm hoping within the next couple of weeks we're going to start rolling those out as well. For now though, let's have a look at some more mods for the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. For the first mod, I wanted to show you a weapon set. This set is called Reaper Weapon Kit. This mod is going to allow us to craft a bunch of new weapons, and these weapons that are going to be included are a greatsword, longsword, dagger, mace, warhammer, war axe, bow and arrows, and a cool looking shield. These are all going to come under the ebony crafting, so if you are going to want to have these, you're going to need to make sure that you have the ebony perk skill unlocked under smithing. I have been looking for some mods like this that adds a complete new different set of weapons. I was kind of hoping that it was going to add maybe a new ingot, a new perk on the smithing skill tree. Would have made it cooler, but this is a whole bunch of new weapons for you to try out. Overall, I think these are really cool. Again, I love adding new weapons to Skyrim, either just to hang them up on display at the player home that I've got, or again, going around and taking out dragons and bandits and anyone else who wants to face the Dragonborn. I did read on the Nexus mod page that there's an armor for this Reaper weapon set. I couldn't find it, so if anyone knows where I can get it, please do let me know in the comments below. Moving on with the second mod, let's dive in to the Kanjs mod series again. This is a weapon, and this one is called Daedric Crescent. Every mod that I have seen from this creator I have loved. They are definitely worth checking out because they really do put a lot of effort into these mods that they make. They put some impressive detail in some of them as well. So this mod is going to add a brand new weapon for us to use, and this is a two-handed weapon that is in the shape of a crescent moon, hence the name. This weapon really does look as if it does some serious damage, but it doesn't end there. There's an enchantment that is on this two-handed weapon as well. So if you start hitting people, there is a good chance they're going to hit with a 10-second paralysis on them. So they're not exactly going to get away from you, so you can just keep on slashing them up. No enemy is going to get away from you with this. And as always, it's really easy to get because you can craft this at the forge. Even with the enchantment on, you can make it straight at the forge. Let's take a look at the next mod called Man Those Borders. This is going to add immersive manned and unmanned border fortifications, plus it will add guard posts around Skyrim's inner hold borders, which, if I'm honest, I'm actually quite surprised this was never a thing in vanilla Skyrim, especially with everything going on with the Civil War. And then even when the dragons started coming around, I'm surprised things were not put up in place for extra protection. You would think that the Jarls would want all that extra security on their borders just in case of an invading army. The creator has taken into consideration of each of the hold's armies, so that is why you will find some that are unmanned. Some of them are also going to be poorly equipped, but then again you are going to come across some of them that have amazing fortifications and have guards everywhere, where there's going to be a lot for them to eat and drink. If some of the holds are also considered as allies, their borders will be left unguarded, which is a nice touch. That way, you know, all their armies can just sort of go between the holds with ease. There is also another mod that the creator has recommended to use as well with this, and it's called Hold Border Banners. And this is just going to add banners along the roads, showing us, well, if you didn't know already, which hold we're in and which one that we are heading to. It's pretty cool to see these just lying around the roads of Skyrim. This next mod is called Moon Amulet, and all this is just a remake of the Moon Amulet, from which that you can either have it as 1 to 4K textures. It is noted that it's recommended to have it as 2K. That's what I've downloaded it as because I didn't want there to be any issues. The amulet in question that you can get from a quest from where you retrieve the Moon Amulet, in my opinion, I think it was lacking badly in uniqueness. With a name such as the Moon Amulet, I was kind of expecting something with a much more unique design to it, but instead you just got this like standard necklace with a name and an enchantment. But with this mod installed, it definitely makes it more believable of the name that it was given. As much as I love the redesign, it would have been even cooler if you could make this with different color stones that would also give us different effects. For mod number 5, this one is called Shield of Honor, and this is going to add a completely new shield to our playthrough. To get this, just head over to Jorvaska and just follow the direction that I'm showing you. You'll find the shield hanging on top of a door. You can just pick it up with no repercussions. There is a quote on the Nexus mod page that does say, "The one who passes below me shall rise in great honor." So the holder of the shield, they've got some quite the honor to live up to. But let's talk about the shield though, because it actually really looks like something from Kingdom Come Deliverance that Henry would use. I do like it. It's pretty cool, and it does kind of look like a scarf. I just like the look of this. The colors are quite complementing of each other, and the small amount of black that they have used really does help bring it all together. Again, this is another great shield that you can either use yourself or take it back to your house and just hang it up. Over the past few episodes, I've shown a few backpacks, but this one by far is the most unique looking one that I have found. The mod I'm talking about is called Druid Backpack. This is a bag that would be used for druids and mages alike. Plus, this is going to add an extra 150 points to the player carrying capacity. That is quite a lot considering most backpacks do about 75. Now, the design of this is brilliant. There is antlers sticking out the top with mushrooms growing out with what appears to look like moss growing down the back of it. There are a few trinkets on it as well, like a scroll, a potion of some sort. There is also a piece of paper that you can make out just under the moss, and there's also a satchel so we can put all our alchemy ingredients inside. It appears that there's some sort of amulet there too. There's quite a lot that's been put on this bag. There are 2 of them that you can find in the world of Skyrim. There is one on a druid's corpse inside the Moss Mother Cavern, and the second one is again on a druid's corpse inside Shadowgreen Cavern. You just go in there and you just search their bodies and you can pick it straight up. Just please be careful of the dangerous animals that are inside. But yeah, they're pretty simple to get a hold of. Overall, this bag is really impressive, especially with the way that it looks. But if you're playing as a druid or a mage, this is definitely the bag for you. It's time to look at some armor, shall we? This one is called DX Tembtra Thief Outfit. This is a craftable scaled light armor that will come under the steel category within the forge, and yes, this is also upgradable. As always with the DX style armors, there is a crafting manual that you're going to need to get, and it's really simple, this one. You will have to do the beginning intro of the Thieves Guild. Just speak to Brynjolf, do what he asks, and then eventually it will unlock the main quarters of like the Thieves Guild. You're going to need to go there, and literally it's right by the main entrance. It's on a bedside table. Once you've got this, you can go to the forge and craft away. It's as simple as that. This is definitely a really cool alternative to the standard Thieves Guild armor. This is also going to give you options to add pouches, which is going to allow you to carry an extra 100 to your carry weight. That way, especially when you're playing like the Thieves Guild, you don't really want to be running around with a backpack. If you've got the little pouches, you can stuff all your little trinkets inside. This mod is something that I actually looked at last episode, but this is a much newer version of it. I'm talking about Ducks and Swans too. This is just going to add newer models and textures, making them look a little bit more lifelike compared to the older versions, but there's still no proper swimming animations for this, so I'm still on the hunt. I will find an animation that's going to make ducks and swans swimming around. If not, I'll attempt to make it myself. As I said last episode, these are definitely cool and was always much needed in Skyrim to bring those empty spots to life, because it's quite nice running along these riverbeds and just seeing some ducks and some swans just swimming around, or in this case they're sort of just floating, but it's still pretty cool. The redesign on this one is much better. Finally, our last mod. This one is called Lonesome Refuge Player Camp. You are going to find this place to the northwest of Winterhold in the Sea of Ghosts area. Sometimes you just need a break from all the dragons, the civil war going on, the bandits, and the wildlife that is trying to kill you. The Dragonborn goes through quite a lot. I mean, they're the Dragonborn. On top of that, the leader of pretty much all of the factions, hero of so many, and fighting in the civil war. You're going to need a break. So just come up here and relax. As long as you don't mind the cold, of course. This camp is going to give us access to a cooking pot, wood chopping block, a forge, tanning rack, and armor benches. There was also loads of storage places for us to lay down all of our unwanted items, but don't worry, everything that you put in these chests and the crates, they're not going to respawn, thankfully. So all that stuff that you really don't want to give to Bellafor down in Whiterun, just come up here and dump it there, because you never know, you might find your way up here and all of a sudden you're like, damn, I need this, and you just search through the stuff. You've already dumped a load of goods there. You never know, you might get lucky and I've already stored it here. It's just a nice little location to add to the game, just to make the place feel more. I know Skyrim is quite big as it is, but there are still loads of places within the game that just feel so empty. A lot of these mods just fill in that empty gap and just make the game more whole. There we have it. These were my choices for this week's episode. Please do let me know down in the comments below what you think of them and if you're actually interested in trying them out for yourself. I've left all the links down in the description below. That way you don't have to go searching for them. Just click on the link. It's going to take you straight to the page, and on the page it'll tell you exactly how to install it. But I use Vortex, so it's so easy to install with that. Thanks again for all the support that you have shown to this series. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. But as always, if you like what you see, please leave a like, consider subscribing to the channel, and I will see you all next week for another episode of Mods for Monday. Goodbye.